that writing all that detail down is a big job, but
Yeah,
just for starters, even if you went to the sound design spreadsheet and just listed out the names of all the characters, like here's all the elder gods, blah, 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 blah. Or I know that there's three of them, or whatever. I know that there's a handful of them. And then like there's myconoids and mycozoids, and like different elements that I can be thinking about. Like here, I remembered that there is mush. I remembered that there's these giant gods because that made a big impression on me, and this alchemist character. And so I made this up based on that. So the more information I have like that, the more I can incorporate that into sketches that I work on.
absolutely. Yeah, we have spreadsheets for that, so I'll share that with you here. And there's a ton of materials. We have a new a technical document and
Yeah.
producer joined us. Dylan, they work for Roblox as well,
Right. I love that.
and Sony and a few others. They've been at a few game studios, so they're really going to help with the getting the docs lined up. I have character packets drawn up. I just dropped the link there. There's a tab in the bottom of our main asset spreadsheet. We have that one spreadsheet has everything. We're trying to keep that one spreadsheet at least, the Google Sheets. And there's a WoM
Right.
audio
Did you put
asset
it
list at
in
the
Discord or in Zoom?
Zoom chat.
Okay.
Let me do it in Discord because Zoom chat's one weakness of Zoom is that you have to download chat transcriptions
Right.
later, and it's kind of lame. So here's our I put it in Discord. It's better. So yeah, we do have a start on that,
Yeah.
for sure. And I think just one, like you'll see if I share my screen for a second. See screen two. Here we go.
I'm looking at it.
Yeah, okay, cool. Yeah, so it's a bit long, but I figured we at least keep everything in one location. So this is one of the few docs that is easier to find. So right here is the audio assets list.
Yeah.
You can see we had trailer, loading screen, start screen. So I just did like the generic default like type of sounds music that would you normally need to get started with.
Mm.
And then I had some of the ambient sounds, which I think we have a folder of that stuff too. If some water drips and trickles. I was thinking of doing like some really big speleo theme and like really big caves. I have a ton of reference boards too you can look at. So I did one just on um, see caves and like I did a full analysis of all the different uh, largest cave systems in the world. So we're going to go through and look at like the deepest caves, the longest caves, and then what each of those ecosystems has inside of it. Underwater caves. Um, so for these, we're looking at maybe the rocky systems. We're going to mix together the big ancient like redwood tree sized mushrooms with the pillars and chasms. So this isn't even the stalactite stalagmite one, I don't think.
Are you already, did you say that you are collecting sound effects somewhere?
Oh, here they are. No,
'Cause
definitely not.
I dropped
No.
some sound effects into a folder that was like the bubbling noises, the lava bubbling. But yeah,
Yes.
we just want to make sure any sound effects we start referring to that we have rights to them because we don't want anything in there that we can't use.
Yeah, no, I don't think with having you aboard, I don't think anyone's touching sound
Yeah.
at all. Like that would
Great.
be silly. That'd be like me doing sound effects. Yeah, no, that's all you. That's so inside the World of Mush collab folder at the top level. So you have you did go put your sounds in here
Yeah.
so far. So this is what we have so far
Yeah.
under music. We got the creeping through the mud. We got the muds and droplets, and then we had the sketch stream, which we just looked at. And then I just started taking notes. I was going to I'm gonna map out
Uh,
everything we discussed today, and then I'm gonna do some game effects and map out the level based on the sounds that you just
your
went
screen
over with me.
your screen
Is
share is only showing me Discord right now.
Oh, whoops. No, that's not good. See, I'd hit the share window rather than the share screen. Then let's see screen. Let's see this one. Can you see that?
Yes.
Sound effects.
Yes.
Music. Okay, so then you can see
That's
the
all the stuff I included.
you see can you see this the pure ref the
Yeah.
caves
Yeah.
and the caves and columns? Yeah, cool. So yeah, so we're gonna mix together the sound effects. A lot of it's gonna have like the wet column, like the flow rock sounds. We're gonna have like mile long streams trickling down all these columns, all these mushrooms going off, these giant crystalline stalactites, stalagmites, and that'll be a lot of fun
Yeah.
to design that. So inside the spreadsheet, oops, I started a new one. I don't want to do that. Um, at the top level here in Collab is where you have the actual asset list right here,
Mhm.
WoM asset list. And then each of these is the pure ref folder. So it's a free application if you want to give it a shot. It's what all the visual artists are using these days to collect reference because it remembers the location even if you move files around on your computer. It'll still keep them inside of there. The critters for brainstorm would be a good one too for some challenges and bad guys. So if let's see, this one opens. No, okay, let me go find it. Lots of like exoskeletal, like subterranean mixed, like kind of we want all the creatures just like the foliage and plants and fungus to be like otherworldly. But I can show you what we got so far. We got like some whip spider, scorpion, dinosaur, ankylosaur kind of crustacean creatures blended together. Here it is in the collab folder. So all of these that say pure ref files are fun to look at. There's critters, and then game and level design is the other ones. If you look at game and level design, that one's opening. I hope my stuff doesn't crack. I gotta bring this computer and it's going lemon. Here we go. So a lot of what we did our first game jam and we had a last couple meetings. This kind of walks through the character in the first story. I think you wanted some visuals,
Yeah.
and this is as close. These are old, but I'm going to update all these with some better graphics. But I think they're good enough to look at
Yeah, I'm
in terms of.
surprised it has sky. That kind of looks like a cloudy sky to me.
Yeah, I gotta fix. I gotta fix that. These ones don't,
Yeah. Yeah.
right? The old watercolor ones, so they're old.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm doing. That's what I'm in. That's what I was in Photoshop. What I was supposed to do yesterday was like go through and actually map out the brand new 2025 map that has no sky. That would be you'd see all the pillars coming from the sky as much as coming from the ground, right? Like in connecting together inside of there. This would be more if I were to mini map this, we'd be like a little speck on there, right, with stuff coming out from the ground type of drawing in
Um,
there.
is
And
this
here's the city too.
is this PureRef thing a Mac, a desktop app, or a web app?
It is a desktop.
P-R-U-E-R-E-F? P-U-R-E-R-E-F?
Pure. Yep, pure ref. Yep, there should be a DMG for it for Mac.
I'm not finding it in the Mac store.
It's a little indie. It's free, so I don't know. That would suck if it was Windows only. That'd be funny because it's such an artist tool.
Is everyone in your team using Windows? Pure,
That
PureRef.
I don't know. Yeah, it's got a Mac version.
It just might not be on the it
It's
might
just
not be
not official. Yeah,
on, but
the guy has it for free, but every artist is used like Adobe, like all
okay.
the professionals or have it. So I know it's safe for you.
Download.
Let's see what I just
Yeah.
do. And then oh, I was going to show you the critters well before I forget. Come on, critters. Critter. This one, no. Flow Rock, we saw that one. Critters. Why isn't Critters opening?
Oh, I have to pay money for it.
What? Oh no, just enter zero. That's a little thing he does on there. Go to
Uh,
this donation amount, just type in zero.
okay. I
Yeah,
feel
I do
pretty
this at the beginning of all my classes. It's funny. And everyone's like, oh no, it's $15. Like just
right.
type in zero. Do custom out and type zero.
I'll send him money later if I end up using it.
Yeah. But yeah, buy him a coffee if you like it.
All right.
Um, but it's really nice because all these images, can you see this okay?
Yep.
So we have a lot of these developed already. So for this one, I was doing the first critter was going to be, it's called a hurdle hopper. It's like your little Goomba, like your little simple kind of denizen that's not native to the place. And here's the scale next to a myconoid character. It's like a
Mhm.
little dog-sized thingy. Here's a spiky, dangerous one. And then I did a larger herbivore one. So I did like a pen and ink and then started coloring. So I started blending together like ankylosaur turtle shell pieces. So we'll have this guy in there. So if you think of any sound effects that it would make, I think in they can you can go crazy with the sounds these right because grasshoppers like chirp their wings and
Yeah.
flutter and all that. But for this one, I thought would be really fun is they actually hide up in the gills of the giant mushrooms and give off like a sound before they hurl themselves down. They squish their victims, kind of like a piercer would do, but with a blunt damage instead of a piercing damage.
Yeah.
So like little sounds that they would make and before like give you at least some kind of warning to move before something comes dropping from above screen down on you. And then I have uh some other ones I could show you, but Shroomy is pretty cool. We got Shroomy. That's your little main sidekick. I did sculpt up. We did some drawings. I don't think you've seen the new ones, but Yuna did some quick pencils for our game jam last weekend before,
Yeah.
and then
Crush
Justin
on
printed them out
that.
on watercolor paper, and then did some quick watercolor washes on them. And I have a 3D sculpt of them, but I just got to get them loaded into the game. So the
He's
game
like a
demo.
tardigrade.
He's a tardigrade. He's a gross little tardigrade.
Tardigrade
There's
plus
some,
baby hippo.
yeah. I wanted to do like a multi-snout thing with him, like a mole, but have each of the end of the snouts be almost more like a baby truffle pig snout,
Nice.
and have maybe like three or four of them, top and the bottom, and then give them more like hippo ears, little shapes. So we might evolve them, but the little mushroom ears I like coming off
You
his head
you
too.
have you watched Star Trek Discovery?
Uh, just a little bit of it.
Are you aware that their primary mode of moving faster than light is by use of a tardigrade and a subspace mycelial network that spans the galaxy?
No, I did not
Yeah,
know that.
there's
That's
both a
you.
tardigrade
You
and a
mentioned it.
mycelial network.
Yeah, yeah. You mentioned that to me
I told
actually.
you, yeah, it's pretty. Well, I think I told you about the mycelial network, but maybe not the
Not the
tardigrade.
tardigrade. Yeah, I actually spent like 2 hours when I did this to on tardigrade physiology. I just went, this is so cool. And they're
Yeah,
actually they can like resist radiation, they can exist in outer space and they can like
right.
rehydrate. So
And
so
this one's a gigantic tardigrade. It's like, 3 times the size of a man, basically,
in the movie, in the
in the
series.
TV show. Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, I was thinking like as a companion, it'd be like oh nearly indestructible. So it might wilt and wither and kind of like that's how they survive. They'll like
Yeah.
dehydrate and go to almost dead form,
Like a
and then they can
familiar.
rehydrate and kind of come and swell back up again. So
Like a
yeah, that's
familiar.
cool. All right, I'll stop.